Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to be able to put up this one today for you guys. It might take a while to upload, but it's going to be a fairly quick and simple tutorial. So I am using a HappyDottingCompany heart. Thank you, Angela. I absolutely love this mold. If you guys want to make the same heart-shaped molds, definitely check out the description of my video. Everything you need will be in there, from the paint colors that I use to the stuff I use to make my stones. I have tutorials on how I make my stones. So does HappyDottingCompany here on YouTube. So make sure you check out their channel as well. There's a lot of useful information there. So all I'm doing is painting white and black stripes. I got my inspiration from Pinterest, a beautiful Valentine's Day card with hearts and stripes, and I just love it. I know you guys have probably seen artwork in the past where there's like black and white stripes and there's flowers over top of it, or leaves or hearts. There's lots of things that look really, really pretty over top of a black and white striped background. So I plan on doing a flowered one on black and white stripes as well. If you guys are interested in that, please send me a yes in the comment section and I will be sure to get one out with flowers and black and white stripes as well. But this one is kind of aimed towards the whole lovey-dovey day coming, which is February 14th. And it's fun. This one's a really simple one, pretty easy. You can do whatever you want with it, and just trying to inspire you with something cool. Now, with this one, it looks like the hearts kind of light up, and that's because I'm going to be using a chunky glitter from Michaels. It's from the Recollections or Recollections brand, and it's cherry colored, and it's just really large glitter pieces. And I'm going to be individually gluing on these pieces of glitter, and it kind of looks like the hearts light up. So that's the whole look I'm going for today. Let me know what you think of it when you see it done, when you see it resined. But the hard part is getting these lines to look straight and even, and I didn't measure anything, so I'm just winging it, and hopefully it looks okay when we are done. I don't really like to do measuring and stuff like that. That just takes the fun out of it all. So you don't have to. Just do what you like, and then you judge. You be the judge. So I'm going to be covering up most of these stripes on the one side anyway. I'm going to do most hearts just going up the one side. So it's kind of uneven and wonky looking. It's not perfect, but I don't think anybody's even going to notice, unless it's something they struggle with, noticing things like that. So I'm going to do a bunch of different sizes of hearts. They're not perfect hearts. Some of them are chubby, some of them aren't. You know, I'm just doing what I feel like doing, and it's fun. So hearts of all different shapes and sizes. Then I'm going to use Engine Red to color them all in, to paint them all in. And I'm going to start off using a paintbrush to paint them red, but then I'm going to use a sponge to blend the color out smoothly. You might notice this is outdoor paint. It really doesn't matter. I use outdoor paint. I use multi-surface paint. I use satin. I use matte. I use all different types of paint, as long as it's not oil-based. All acrylic paint and all different flavors of it. So it all looks the same once I resin. So it really doesn't matter what, I go for the color, not what it looks like, because everything is shiny AF when it's done anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So you can see I'm just using a regular paintbrush, painting in my hearts. You can still see the white and black stripes through it. So I'm going to make sure to do a couple of coats of that red. And I'm just using a Martha Stewart sponge dauber. It's just a sponge on a little plastic stick. And it just makes it have a nice texture, and it covers everything really nicely, and it looks really nice when it's done. So I'm going to make sure I do a couple of coats though. So, and same with the black and white, try to do a couple of coats of that, because resin, or when you seal it, it will bring out all your imperfections, and some of those might be that you just needed to do a double coat. or a triple coat. So keep an eye on your stripes, keep an eye on your hearts, and make sure you do enough coats. Let them dry in between so that you can cover them properly. I have a problem with that. I get very impatient waiting for them to dry. But hey, oh well. Sometimes it takes me longer to fix something after I've been impatient. If I would have just been a little bit more patient, it would have been beneficial. That's why I keep a hair dryer on a low setting, on a cool setting actually, near my desk, so that those impatient times can be not so lengthy. It's terrible. But when I have something that I want to get put onto a stone, I get impatient. I just want it done. I want to see it. I want my image in my mind to be on the stone like a photocopier. And do we even have photocopiers anymore? Are they just scanners? I don't even know. I hope I'm not aging myself. So I won't be doing anything for Valentine's Day. I'm hoping that my husband and I can have a nice dinner without the children. We can send them downstairs in the rec room and make them play the PlayStation. Heavens to bitsies. Yeah, just a nice dinner alone would be nice, especially since March of last year, since this all hit Ontario and everywhere else. So yeah, it would be nice for us to have a nice dinner alone. I don't know. I'm going to come up with some more Valentine's ideas, but if you have any, make sure you put them in the comments as well. I've been hearing a lot about gnomes. You guys want more gnomes? Let me know in the comments as well, and we'll see what I can do. I do have another Valentine's one lined up already, but I will make the time if you guys have some really good ideas. So I've done a couple of coats. I'm going to be doing a little bit more work on these hearts though. If you guys have seen, I have blended white into my jewel stones or jelly flies, my jelly dragonflies. You guys have seen me like lighten one edge of it so that it looks like there's light reflection coming through and it's kind of like a glossy heart. That's what I'm going to try and do here. I'm going to lighten up the bottom right of the heart, and we're going to be doing some glitter stuff in the top part of the heart. So I'm just kind of making it look a little shiny. Hopefully that's the look that I get out of this. But I'm making sure some of my hearts are overlapping each other. So you got to make sure you do the ones that are sitting on top afterwards. Make sure you do your ones that are on the bottom, do them first. And then the hearts that you're bringing up closer, sitting on top of everything, those ones get done last. I will be outlining all of these hearts with gold, of course, you guys know, and black. So they will pop off of each other and separate from one another, and they'll look super nice. But first, I'm using a little bit of Mod Podge. You can use glue, any kind of glue that dries clear. And I'm just using a wax pencil that I use usually to pick up rhinestones and crystals and stuff. You guys have seen this before. I also use it to pick up my chunky glitter. Now this glitter is chunky. There's no big bone about it. This stuff is chunky. So it's big pieces of glitter, and I'm just going to put a couple on each heart, just on the top portion of it. So when I move it around, it kind of looks like they're hearts that light up because I've left space between them all, and it just looks like lights are blinking. So that's the kind of look that I'm going for. Hopefully you guys see it in my crazy old mind, and you can appreciate it as much as I do. But see, I'm not putting too many, and they're not touching each other, and I'm making sure they're glued down because I don't want them to move anywhere. When I resin them later, I don't want them to end up on the black and white parts. But they do kind of look like they're lighting up. There's like little blinking lights in my hearts. That's what the whole plan was. So once you see it resined, it's going to change a little bit, but it's going to look amazing. They're all going to be underneath this shiny coat of resin. But all of these little glitters will still look like lights under the resin. So that's the whole point of this. See, little flashing lights on my hearts. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, gonna look so nice. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of Mayan gold. I'm going to outline all of my hearts. Then I'm going to separate all of the hearts with black. So once again, make sure you're outlining them properly so that they don't look like hearts anymore. You have to be careful where you outline everything and which heart is sitting on top of this heart and all that stuff. Just be careful when you're outlining. And I put my bigger ones so it looks like my bigger hearts are sitting back further. And then I bring the little ones up closer. The littlest ones are the closest ones. I don't even know if you guys can understand what I'm saying, but hopefully there's probably better terminology and a more articulate way to get it across to you guys, but I don't know that. So we're just going to explain it the Rachel's Rocks way. I hope you guys can just appreciate the art and not worry about how dumb I may sound. So my son, I have some stories to tell you, so maybe on the next one I'll tell you. He's hilarious. He's so funny. He bumped his knee and he's like, weird things are happening today. And my husband's like, well, what do you mean, buddy? He goes, it's probably puberty. He'll be 7 in February. It's definitely not puberty, but I think it's adorable that he thinks banging his knee on something is probably just puberty. That darn puberty. If you've been on my Facebook recently, I had a post about that whole situation. It still makes me laugh to think about it. He's so matter of fact too. He's just like, it's probably puberty. You little old man. That's what I think he is. He's been here before. He's a little old man inside that almost 7-year-old body. So I am separating all of my hearts with black, and we're going to see it resined. Make sure you let yours dry. Make sure your glitter is all glued down, because when you resin it, they don't move. They stay where they're supposed to. And all these little hearts are lighting up with love for all of you. I want to tell you all I love you. And if you have donated to my PayPal recently, I am not getting notifications, but I just found out that a few people have donated to me, and I just want to thank all of you so much. You guys have no idea how much that helps me out right now, especially right now. I want to tell you all I love you. Make sure you're still subscribed, and I will be coming back very soon, guys. I love you. Keep painting.